Full Velocity TV begins now.
And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody, or late afternoon, wherever you may be watching here live. The Full Velocity Racing Network live tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway, Dirt Warrior Racing, EWRAPS UMP Modified Series here for, I believe, race number 2 of this season. Great to have you aboard via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Phil LaCasse here, along with Todd Stanton, Jack chewing on the controls. We got a 3-man team here tonight for the guys at DWR. I guess we really didn't have anything better to do on a Sunday afternoon at 6 o'clock. But hey, we're all here. We're live in a living color, ready to take you away here for what is going to be an awesome night of UMP Modified Racing. And later on, we'll have a little bit more street stocks over here than at DWR. Todd, an awesome night, as Sundays usually are at DWR. I'm stacked and loaded, ready to rock. How about yourself?
Definitely ready to rock and roll here tonight with EWRAPS UMP Modified Tour, as it looks like. Already heat race number 1 on the docket, already gridding there, Phil. So that's going to go away like this. Starting on the pole, we'll be driving the number 61. That's Josh Peacock. His Dancing Barrel outside. Driving the number 18. That's Kyle Surratt. Inside row number 2, starting in the second starting position. Driving the number 10, that's racing Jason Salter. His Dancing Barrel outside. Driving the number 13, that's Caleb Ramsey. Inside row number 3, that's the number 51. We welcome him back here to Full Velocity Racing Network. It's been a while since we've seen the number 51 of Justin Glenhill. His Dancing Barrel outside. Driving the 25, that is Henry Jones. Inside row number 4, that's Tyson Pankow. Aboard the number 91, and Lucas Jones aboard the 143 is going to roll off 8.
All right, good little 8-car field there. 10 laps around the Williams Grove Speedway, half-mile in length. Very flat racetrack here, long straightaways, long sweeping corners, and really going to set these cars up to go fast. It's a fixed setup over here with the UMPs. Let's these guys in DWR get a little bit more familiar how these race cars will handle, the way they react, and they've been doing a great job here over the last couple of weeks. Looks like 7 of our 8 drivers going to make the call. Looks like Lucas Chow unable to grid here tonight so far, the UMP. So 7 drivers out there. And how about the number 61, tonight's Hard Motorsports quick time of the evening with a lap of 20.927. That is haul in the mail here at Williams Grove for the number 61 of Josh Peacock. I claimed him to Flying Pheasant a while ago, Todd. That one didn't seem to jive too well, so we're going to try to come up with something different for Josh. I've been floating with some stuff like the Chief or the Head Feather or whatever it is, but all I know is the 61 of Josh Peacock going to lead this field to green with Kyle Surratt, another guy who's very good in these modifieds. You got Jason Salter, Caleb Ramsey, that second row, and you said it. Good to see Justin Glenhill back in the 51. Hoping he'll have a good night as we go iRacing, I flag, green flag up in the air. We go racing down into turn number 1 and look to run already. Our pole sitter, Josh Peacock, he's going to lead the field off of turn number 2. Keep an eye on those guys. Surratt right there in second. You got Salter in for third, and Salter may make a peek to the low side, looking for second. Now Surratt making a bid for the lead as we got 4 for the very first time.
The Trash Panda Graphics, number 10 of racing Jason Salter. Look down to the bottom of Surratt. Surratt now looks to the bottom of Josh Peacock. Aboard the Bulletproof Motorsports number 61, side-by-side battle for the top spot. As also Tyson Pankow not making the call either, not making the bell fill here. The number 91 machine had to have an engine change here. So we'll see if Pankow can make it back out for the feature. But it is Josh Peacock leading the charge down to turn 1.
Yep, Peacock in the lead. Kyle Surratt, Jason Salter, Caleb Ramsey, your current top 4 as they head off turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Jack, I got the message over here. Has to bring our volumes up a little bit. Our volume seems to be a little bit low in the mix here, so I know we've been getting your stuff back to work. We'll let you play with that, but off of turn number 4, we have Josh Peacock continuing to lead over Kyle Surratt. Jason Salter in for 3rd. And how about Caleb Ramsey's 13 car riding in that 4th spot as they stay single file, nose to tail, evenly spaced by about 2 car lengths, Todd, over in turn 3.
Yeah, about 2 car lengths as we come down through turn 4. Surratt look down to the bottom side once again, not able to pull anything off though. Is that number 18 machine is looks like 61 of Peacock has the preferred groove right now, and it's about the middle portion of the track as he's able to get that momentum off the corner down the back straightaway here to turn number 3.
Into turn number 3, Surratt going to look to the low side for the race lead under Peacock off the corner. Can he pull alongside? 61 can use all that momentum up high as we go halfway home here in heat race number 1. 5 in, 5 to go. Surratt going to try it again through turns number 1 and 2. This time it looks like it may stick. Kyle Surratt, he's going to make his bid for the race lead for the first time over in 3.
Right down to the bottom side here, side-by-side battle for the race lead. Can Surratt slide up in front? Nope, not going to be able to do so. Door is slammed shut. They're still side by side to the outside. The 61 of Peacock trying to hold on, trying to push the cushion up towards the top of the speedway. But now Surratt finally completes the pass down the back straightaway to turn 3.
Yeah, Kyle Surratt's number 18 now for the first time up to the race lead. Peacock for the first time having to be drop kicked back to the 2nd spot. And he may fall to the clutches of that Trash Panda graphics. Number 10, racing Jason Salter, who is running to the 3rd spot. Looked like he may have a thought. Maybe swing to the low side underneath Josh off of turn number 2, but he's going to have to ride on the tire tracks. Josh getting a good run off the corner. He's going to look to take the run back to Surratt. Can Peacock make one more run? I guess we'll go back to it off of 4. 18 continues to lead.
Peacock gets a tad bit loose off of turn number 4. That's going to leave the door wide open there for racing Jason Salter. Salter now diving down to the bottom here. He's going to try to get around Peacock here as he's got 2 laps to go, about a lap and a half now. As the number 10 or 18 machine, Surratt driving down into turn 3 off of turn number 4. He's going to see that white hanky in the air, white silk in the air. One more trip around Williamsburg Speedway.
Yeah, half mile to go for car number 18. Kyle Surratt down into turn number 1 and 2 as he'll run the low side of the speedway. Protect anyone that 61 car may get. Jason Salter may make a bid here in that 2nd spot. So he's going to look out of the 61 over in turn number 3 and 4 as Josh slides up the hill. Jason going to look down low. Checkered flag's going to go in the air for Kyle Surratt to take down the win. It's going to be Peacock in for 2. Salter going to claim for 3rd. Caleb Ramsey will get a top 4 finish there as well. 5th will go to Justin Glenhill. And 6 for Henry Jones, going to steal 5th away from Justin Glenhill. So 6 drivers took the green. That's how they came across the line in heat race number 1. And heat race number 2 already getting locked and loaded to head its way out to the racetrack. This is the way that our Voiles Trucking starting lineup will take them out there. On the pole will be the 631 of Alex Cummings with the number 073 alongside of Steve Robbins. In row number 2 aboard the 010, that is Casey Brunson. James Selder starts alongside. He's in the 953. Row number 3, it'll be the number 78 of Stephen Redunes with the number 35 of Jay Weaver starting off 6th and rolling shotgun on the field aboard car number 34. That'll be Dustin Benton. So the call is for 7. I believe I count. Do I count 7 cars out there? Do we get a full field here, Todd, for heat race number 2?
Yeah, definitely all 7 cars out there. So we'll have to see what happens here. Is like I said, Alex Cummings, the 2nd quickest time here tonight to see if Cummings is going to be able to hang on over some pretty crafty guys right there behind him. You got Steve Robbins, Casey Brunson, you got James Seldner. Then you got Redunes and Jay Weaver and Dustin Benton in a 34 machine. So it's good to see all these guys out here. So we'll see what happens here, Phil, as we come up here on the green flag, because it looks like we're going to get one more pace lap here, and then we're going to send these guys loose.
Yes, we absolutely will. And get ready to rock and roll here for 10 laps around for heat race number 2. Jack, the report I'm getting, sound is a little bit better, but sounds like we may be able to go up just a touch bit more. It's the reports I'm getting out there from the chat boxes, and from the behind the scenes over here at DWR. I see Eric Eichstedt's over here kind of poking at us, trying to help us get our levels right. So sounds like we're almost there. A little more level out of us, and maybe we'll be okay. Or maybe I'll just have to scream a little louder. Maybe shove the mic in Todd's mouth. If that may not be a good idea, because I don't know, it's a big mic. Does Todd have a big enough mouth to get that thing all in? Well, I guess we'll think about that for another time, because the iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado safety truck going to make its way onto pit lane, and we're going to go back to racing here. iRacing, I flag, green flag going up in the air. We're going to go racing down into turn number 1 and 2. Alex Cummings going to lead Steve Robbins off the corner.
Alex Cummings, like you said, Phil, leading the number 073 machine of Steve Robbins. Off of quarter number 4 already here to complete lap number 1. The 631 Bulletproof Motorsports sponsor machine also, I see Bulletproof on there. So I'm thinking that's what I see on there. Maybe I'm wrong, but the 631 of Alex Cummings leading it. 073 is Steve Robbins running in that second spot. Brunson for 3.
Brunson in for 3rd, but he's going to look for 2nd off of turn number 4 as he got a pretty dang good run there on Robbins in the 073. Casey Brunson, probably the most familiar name of the 7-car field on the racetrack that we may cover on a weekly basis over here at DWR. He's running for 3rd, but he's going to look underneath Robbins again. They raced for P2 over in turn 3.
Brunson dives down to the bottom side, not able to complete the pass off of turn number 4. The 073 of Robbins still in that second spot, but Brunson not going away there in the 010 machine, the 10 on the screen, I should say. Brunson trying to do something large here down into turn number 3. Side-by-side battle there. Not able to complete the pass.
Hey, not quite able to do so. And Robbins going to skirt it up high, and he's going to glance it off the wall, and that's going to kill the run for the 073. Casey Brunson now going to claim his 2nd spot and look to set sights up front over Alex Cummings in the 631. Alex having a tremendous run here these opening laps, and this time by already. We're going to put 5 in, put 5 laps to go in heat race number 2. They work their way off the 4th turn. Alex Cummings now going to lead over Casey Brunson. It's going to be Steve Robbins back there for 3rd. James Sellner, Stephen Redunes, and Jay Weaver are 6 cars on the lead lap. Justin Benton in the number 34. He is currently 1 lap down. He may have fallen some issues there, but no issues up front. Alex Cummings looking to drive away Todd as they're down in 3 and 4. All right, I don't know if I've lost Todd's transmission or I lost myself, whatever the heck's going on, but I do not hear him coming across the signal as we complete lap number 7. Alex Cummings going to lead over Casey Brunson, who gets really loosed out of the edge of turn number 1 and 2, almost clipped the inside wall, really upset the run, but he's got a gap behind him, about 10 car lengths back to Steve Robbins in the 73. James Sellner is there for the 4th spot. He's 4 seconds back, as is the number 78 of Stephen Redunes. But as we get off the corner to get 2 laps remaining, 2 more trips around the half mile, Alex Cummings having a good old-fashioned Sunday night drive out here, Todd. He leads the field over in turn 3.
Should be all right this time as the microphone became unplugged. He was trying to get that back to normal there, trying to move it around just a little bit. But Alex Cummings going to get the white flag. 1 more trip around there, about a 1.5 seconds over the field, a little bit over a 1.5 seconds over the rest of the field, and he's able to just keep it driving down here in the turn number 3. So it's going to be Alex Cummings off of turn number 4, going to pick up heat race number 2 by a landslide over Casey Brunson in the 010. Then Steve Robbins, James Sellner, Stephen Redunes, Jay Weaver, and Justin Benton going to round out your field.
All right, so there it is. We've had 7 cars there. We saw 6 in heat race number 1 take the green. I believe Tyson Pankow's team may have got the motor fixed, so we may see him out there as part of our A main, which should be coming up next on the docket, I do believe, as I'm just waiting for iRacing to play around with a little bit of whatever they got going on. And now here we go as we start skipping along. It looks like it's going to go into the B main. Going to be 15 laps around. 7 cars will transfer on, and it looks like we're going to be scheduled to have an equal maybe 6 or 7 out there. So they'll all race on into the A main, but I'll throw it to you, Todd. We got a pretty good little crowd out there. Take us through our 7-car starting lineup for our 15-lap B main.
Dyer's Voiles Trucking starting lineup for your B main, starting on the pole, driving the number 25. That's Henry Jones. His name is outside, driving the number 78 machine. That's Stephen Madoons. Inside row number 2, starting in the third starting position. That's the number 51. That's Justin Gledhill. Gledhill aboard the number 51. And Jay Weaver, too, is outside in that number 35 machine. Weaver in the 35. Inside row number 3, starting in the fifth starting position, should be the number 91 machine. That's Tyson Pankow. And Dustin Benton in the number 34. He's going to roll off in 6th. Rolling off shotgun on the field will be Lucas Chode aboard the 143 machine.
All right, so there we have it. Scheduled for 7. I believe we're only going to get 6 out there, as I believe the 143 car didn't even get a lap out here at the Grove here tonight. So I believe he'll be retiring to the pit area. Looks like Tyson Pankow's motor wells on 91 maybe behind him, as he is out there now. So can Tyson Pankow maybe make a run from what is going to be starting position number 5 up here through 15 laps around? I guess we'll wait and see, because we know he had a really good car here the other night in the street stock at Williams Grove. We'll see how that translates over into the modified. So a little bit of a storyline to follow along here for 15 laps. These guys out here will all race on into the A main. I guess what we're doing now there, Todd, is we're going to race on from the track position, maybe give some of these new drivers here to DWR a little bit more seat time as well. So not really a bad thing. You got guys like Henry Jones up on the front row with Stephen Radunes. Justin Gledhill makes his return tonight with Jay Weaver on that second row. And Tyson Pankow and Dustin Benton going to make up our third and final row for 15 laps in the B. The iRacing.com safety truck, I believe, about to make its way off the racing surface. He did indeed do so. We're going to go racing out here. iRacing guy flag. Green flag up in the air for 15 laps of our B main.
The green flag is up in the air. Oh, Radune's almost around the number 78 machine. He gathers it back up, and he's going to gather it back up a little late there. Going to roll off in 5th there. It's, oh, the 34, the opening to the wall kills him.
Uh-oh.
Catastrophic failure for the 34 of Dustin Benton, as the wall definitely won the gate back there in the back straightaway, Phil. Just destroyed him.
Yep, sure did. And I say it all the time when we come to the Grove, why haven't we rectified the opening of that gate in the backstretch yet to make it safer to race to the Grove? Because you would think in the middle of the straightaway, the opening there would kind of be harmless. Well, it's anything but. I believe every night that we come out here and see a show at the Williams Grove Speedway, always somebody finds their way into it. This time, unfortunately, impaled the 34 of Dustin Benton, whose car is destroyed. His night going to be done over here in the UMP Modified Series. But up front, just as he started this race, it is car number 25, Henry Jones, leading. But old Bubba Tyson Pankow running him down. 91 there for second, and he's got that thing digging this down to 3 car lengths over in turn 1.
Yeah, the engine change seemed to do pretty well for the number 91 of Tyson Pankow, as he's able to run in that second spot, starting to track down to number 25 of Henry Jones. Jones down to the 3, but here goes Pankow down to the bottom side, almost side by side through 3 and 4. As they come off of 4 down the front straightaway, it is still the number 25 of Jones leading. But here comes Pankow back to the inside.
Yeah, he's going to make a move to the low side in turn number 1 and see if he can't make it stick off the corner as he picks up the throttle. Jones able to hold on for the time being. Now they drive and almost make contact over in turn number 3. Not sure if there was contact or not, but I know Jones's car took a hard turn to the right. Now Tyson Pankow going to take the race lead as we're on lap number 6 of 15 in our B main. So 91 going to lead over the 25 of Nathan Jones. Justin Gledhill now running the 3rd spot. Him and Stephen Radunes. Jay Weaver, those guys having a pretty spirited race, if I say so myself. Back there for second on back over in turn 3.
Something broke in the front end of the number 25 machine of Henry Jones, as he just rode the wall quite a ways down the straightaway. Now 1 lap down. He had to go down to pit road. It's unfortunate there for the number 25 machine of Henry Jones. So Jones going to be able to qualify, though, himself into the A main, but some pretty big damage to the right front.
And how about a guy running second right now who has really made some pretty good games over here at DWR? We don't talk about the guy enough, and that's car number 78, Stephen Radunes, out there running in the B, currently running in second, a guy who's incrementally getting better and better every week out at DWR, having a good run running second. You got Justin Gledhill shaking the rust off, currently running 3rd. Jay Weaver, the final car on the lead lap. He runs 4th on the racetrack, but the story is Tyson Pankow, once he's got this lead, has not relinquished it. He has just extended it over to close to 3 seconds, Todd. Tyson Pankow going to lead the field down the back straightaway in a big margin as we're 9 laps in.
Yeah, Tyson, fantastic motor job for that number 91. Not sure if he put Nas in it or something, Phil. He's just driving away. Maybe an extreme big block in that number 91 machine. I don't know. Almost 4 seconds here on the field as it was at 3.699. So Steve Redue's running in that second spot. Jay Weaver third. Justin Gledhill still fourth. And fifth is Henry Jones.
And I think Glenhill may have had a problem too, as I think that car may have come pit side aboard the number 51. Is not sure what ever happened there, but he definitely disappeared out of view. I think he turned in down the back straightaway over to the pit lane. So Justin Gledhill having some issues here in the B main.
Oh,
number 51 is Redunes of the 78 car going around. That's going to spin his way out of second.
And Weaver almost goes around in the number 35 machine in the same place. So the guys are fighting for second. Second's not where you want to be, obviously, is things just happening. But Jay Weaver right now running in second in that number 35 machine. Third now is Steven Redunes as he went around all by himself. Justin Gledhill in fourth is now Henry Jones now able to run into fourth as he's got all the repairs done. He was down on pit road for 1 minute and 18 seconds, Phil, was Henry Jones, and may come out of this with a top four.
That's pretty remarkable right there. And I'm watching the 35 of Jay Weaver, and that car is fishtailing all the way down the back stretch into 3 and 4, fishtailing down the front chute. I feel his pain because I made a couple of laps out here to UMP Modified, and I did just that. I couldn't handle the power of what these race cars have. The guys at DWR, this is pretty new to a lot of these guys. Guys like Jay Weaver maybe or maybe not having experience in the UMPs. These are pretty fast little rocket ship of race cars, Todd. They take a lot of time to go out there and handle the skill of these cars. But Jay's doing a good job running in second. The more track time, more laps you can log, the more experience you get, the better off I think you'll be in the long run.
Yeah, definitely is. The number 91 machine, Pancal, has a little bit more time probably than maybe the 35 with Jay Weaver. But these guys normally run street stocks on a given night, so we're not sure what's going to go on with some of these guys, how much time they've actually had behind some of the UMP modifieds, but it was more set so the guys could get more comfortable with the higher horsepower cars. As Pancal going to be able to take down the victory here in the B main. Jay Weaver going to finish up in that second spot. Third is going to be Steven Redunes, and then Henry Jones and Justin Gledhill round out your cars left running. Then Dustin Benton and Lucas Strode in the 7 cars here in the B main.
Yeah, absolutely. We were seeing guys maybe race for starting position in the A, or maybe just for survival mode at that, and nobody did it better than car number 91 of Tyson Pankow, who wins the B main. And it looks like, I believe, he's going to get gridded up to about, I want to say, 9th in our feature event, which has started to grid itself to the racetrack. 40 laps in length here at the Williams Grove Speedway. EWRAPS UMP Modified Series presented by Dirt Warrior Racing. Todd, what do you say? For 40 circuits around this legendary half mile in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, let's light the wick on these guys and take them through our Voiles Trucking starting lineup.
And now your Voiles Trucking starting lineup here, live from Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Starting on the pole, driving the number 18 machine, that's Kyle Surratt. His name's part of the outside, driving the 631, that's Alex Cummings.
In row number 2, on the number 61 on the inside, that is Josh Peacock, and alongside in the 010, Casey Brunson rolls off 4th.
Inside row number 3, driving the number 10, that's racing Jason Salter. His day's brother outside, driving the 073, that's Steve Robbins.
In row number 4, we find on the inside the driver of car number 13, that is Caleb Ramsey. Alongside the 953, James Selner will roll off from P8.
Rolling off inside row number 5, driving the number 91 machine, that is Tyson Pankow. His day's brother outside, driving the number 35 machine, starting 10th, that's Jay Weaver.
In row number 6 here tonight, aboard car number 78, Steven Redunes, and the number 25 alongside Henry Jones, going to roll off tonight from position 12.
Justin Gledhill going to roll off in position number 13 in that number 51 machine, and Dustin Benton rolls off 14.
And I believe Dustin Benton, he was going to make the call here, but I believe that car, as we saw in the B main, got absolutely destroyed. So I think only 13 drivers going to make it out here for our 40-lap main event at the Williams Grove Speedway. So glad you have tuned in tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. We'll be back here live at about 8:20 Eastern Time with the Street Stocks at Dirt Warrior Racing. You know how good those guys do with the Sunday Shootout Series, but let's pay attention to these UMP Modifieds as we work off into turn number 1 We are racing here tonight, and Kyle Surratt going to lead them off the corner for the first time.
Yeah, Surratt in the number 18 machine showing some muscle here early. Alex Cummings running that second spot, but Al Cummings into the wall outside. Well, that's going to bring out our first Hanover Record Servers yellow flag. But Alex Cummings in that 631 machine, man, he got up high, wide, and handsome, and he got up into that loose stuff, and I believe he clipped the wall just a tad bit too much. He thought probably it was clear, but he hit the wall over there all by his selfie and collected the 073 machine also.
Yeah, Steve Robbins getting a piece of that one over in turn number 3 on the opening lap of the race. Our first Hanover Record Service yellow flag of the night. Gonna let Jack go down there, play around with the controls that we finally got back together for him. He'll give you a BladeNote.com full velocity racing network instant replay. He's gonna show just that. Alex Cummings getting loose over there in turn 3, gets around, and Steve Robbins just nowhere to go, piles himself in, and that brings us under the caution flag for the first time tonight. Slow these guys back down. Yellow here on the 3rd circuit. We talk about it every time we come to Williams Grove, Todd. We always seem to find yellow flags here early for the first, 15, 20, 30 laps of a race. But this racetrack always, puts on a great show in the second half of a race. I'm going to bet we're going to get no different here tonight. I bet you this one here is going to be a barn burner. Do we going to take you back here to DWR last Wednesday night with Street Fights? Because that's arguably maybe the best race we've had here on a network of all time. That was a fantastic race.
Definitely was a fantastic race. It was probably the best race here of 2019 so far. That's going to be a build to live up to here. That's going to be quite the build. I've seen a couple of good races here, but I think that tops it out. Williams Grove, yeah, it usually brings some yellow flags here, especially early in the race. But tell you what, the fantastic racing goes on right afterwards.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm expecting no different here tonight as I'm looking over to our Facebook Live and YouTube chat, and I see Sam Perry was out there mucking it up for us. I see Trix Williams also checked it over the Facebook Live side of things. Great to see you guys aboard here live via the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're happy to be here tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway with all of you, with the gang of DWR and these guys, as we call it, the pinnacle of iRacing dirt leagues. You're going to see a sample of that in the UMPs. Street Stocks coming up a little bit later on, but off turn number 4, iRacing I flag, green flag, going to return to the Speedway, and it's going to be Kyle Surratt. He's going to lead them into the corner. Jason Salter make a bold move on Josh Peacock. Thought it was going to stack the field up. 61 gets clear. Now it's Salter having to race on, but Casey Brunson for 3rd over in turn 3.
I was watching the 631 of Alex Cummings going around once again there, Phil, but green flag is still going to come out as I just caught that in the corner. I just wanted to see what happened to him there. But another selfie for Alex Cummings, unfortunately, here as you were covering some great events going on up front. I'll let you get back to that.
Yeah, well, it's pretty tame and quiet for the most part right now as we're in turns number 3 and 4. The race leader, it's car number 18, Kyle Surratt, Josh Peacock in there for 2nd, Jason Salter now in 3rd. And Caleb Ramsey has moved his way around Casey Brunson. Casey had a slip on the racetrack off of turn number 2. And now our second Hanover Record Service caution flag of the night is going to find us on lap number 7. Yellow. Going to once again slow down the works here at the Grove, and trying to go back here and see really quick and see where it may have come from. You saw Alex Cummings go around here in a selfie. It wasn't Alex again there, was it, Todd? What do you see over there?
I don't think it was this time, as I'm just looking up through here, just trying to figure out what brought out this most recent yellow flag. And so far I haven't seen anything, Phil, out of the ordinary. So just looking back through, just keep looking. So I'm going to take another gander and see if I can't find it. But, I think I found it. Kind of weird, but the 35 machine there, Phil, Jay Weaver, completely sideways. And when you're pointing down towards the infield, iRacing recognizes that yellow flag is that's what brought out the yellow flag from when I see Jay Weaver going completely sideways there in the number 35 machine.
All right, so that's going to be our second yellow flag of the night there. Jack gave you guys a BladeNote.com Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay. Got to thank Sam and Vlad, all the gang over at BladeNote.com for all the fun they have with us, all they do for us behind the scenes. And you head over to BladeNote.com now. You use promo code FERN toward maybe a web hosting service for your great website, a VPS server, a dedicated server. They will do it all over there. Great tech support, great people. Check them out today at BladeNode.com. We'll get set and ready to go back to racing here as we come off of turn number 4. Looks like I'll probably one more trip around here. Starter going to put that clenched green flag down. So one more time around the legendary half mile here in Pennsylvania as we start lap number 10. Almost 1/4 of the way home. The story so far has been Kyle Surratt and Josh Peacock. You got Jason Salter in there for third with Caleb Ramsey, Casey Brunson in the top 5. Tyson Pankow, he has made his way from 9th up to 6th. Do not count out Obama there, Todd. I like the way that car looked during the B. I think Tyson Pankow may have something to say about a podium finish, and dare I say possibly a win here tonight in the UMPs. I don't think it's unheard of.
No, I don't think it's unheard of, but he's got a good starting position already up to that 6th spot there. That number 91 FBRN sponsored machine of Pankow. We get ready to restack or repack to off of turn number 4. Loud pedal is down, and they drop that hammer down the front straightaway too. At the same time, yes, they are both the same thing. A hammer and a loud pedal, that is the same exact thing, same terminology. As the number 10 races, Jason Salter down to the bottom side. There's a side-by-side battle there. The pair of 10s up front, or 10 and 18, excuse me. Surratt and Jason Salters. It looks like a pair of 10s when you look at the back straightaway. The huge camera that shows the whole track fill. They look like a pair of 10s back there.
It gives you an optimal illusion, but it is the number 18 of Kyle Surratt leading now Jason Salter off of turn number 2. But look at the run. Jason gets off the corner. By the time they hit turn number 3 and 4, he may have the run that may propel him up to the lead, or maybe not, as Kyle fires back up high. They're in a drag race down the front straightaway. Gives Surratt the race lead at the line, but for how long? Salter going to keep that assault on, and don't count out Josh Peacock. He's going to look to the low side as they race down the back chute.
Yeah, Peacock looked down to the bottom side once again, but here comes Salter racing Jason down to the bottom side by side for the top spot there with Surratt. They come off of turn number 4. The Trash Painted Graphics sponsor machine just don't have the momentum. Coming off the corner like Surratt does, running the top shelf for the Speedway. Surratt drives it real hot. There in the number 18 machine, leaving the door wide open for racing Jason down the back straightaway.
Yeah, and Jason may clear him in 3. No, maybe not. He rolled out of it early, trying to back up the corner if you would, and Kyle getting that good run through the middle of the corner, but Jason rockets back on the inside. He drives it down into turn number 1. Does Jason Salter slide up the racetrack and maybe claim the lead outright off turn number 2? Looks like the answer may be yes. He'll slam the door shut. Jason Salter, new leader over in turn 3.
That Trash Painting Graphics machine quite quick here tonight. And that number 10 machine, Salter, out to the lead. The number 18 is Surratt, the Elite Motorsports sponsor machine. Running in that second spot. Third is Bulletproof Motorsports number 61 machine of Josh Peacock. Way down to the bottom, almost trying to make it 3 wide there momentarily off of 2. Down the back straightaway, still Salter. Surratt trying to fight heavy with him, trying to get it back there as he puts it down to the bottom side once again. Not able to do anything off the corner.
No, they're going to say single file. And I was looking back to the 4th place running Casey Brunson, and I thought to myself there for a minute, I think he was looking to make something happen with Peacock down low, but I think he rolled out of it, believing those guys may have run on a racetrack back there. So I think the 4th place running car, the 010 of Casey Brunson, may also have a pretty good piece as he looks upon what these top 3 have in store. As Salter continuing to lead over Kyle Surratt. Josh Peacock in for 3rd. They stay nose to tail. Brunson once again tries it deep through turn number 1 and 2, and I think he's getting spooked by the wall down low, because every time that car makes an arc in, it kind of lets off the gas and turns to the hard right. I think that wall doing what it should do, being a detriment, you're not supposed to race down there. If it was a tire down there, Todd, Casey may not be so leery to drive that car in really deep as look at the run that Kyle Surratt's going to have. He's going to come back to the low side of Salter off of 2 for the race lead.
Salter still trying to hold the top side here. Number 18 is Surratt running to the bottom side-by-side battle here. A lot of commotion going on in the background as muted microphone is what has to happen here tonight is the number 18 machine. Now down to the bottom side, the number 10 of Salter still up top there, trying to hold off. The number 18 is Surratt. Surratt starting to come alive once again. Here's where we're a little bit over halfway home.
Halfway home for Jason Salter's car, number 10, as he works it down to the east end of the Speedway. Turns number 1 and 2, but Kyle Surratt keeping that fight up as he's back to the low side off the 2nd corner, down the long back straightaway and into the 3rd turn as they work down there. Surratt drives it really deep down low, keeps his foot in the throttle, and it almost carries him off the entire corner. Salter using all the momentum up high to stake his claim back to the race lead, but him and Surratt continue to battle it out as Now, a yellow
Hello,
flag
yellow.
going to put down this really good run that we've been going on here. Lap number 22, the third Hanover Record Service caution flag of the night, is going to bring us back to a slow crawl. And I'm going to make a guess that it may have included the number 25 of Henry Jones that may be involved.
Definitely was Henry Jones and the 78 machine of Steven Redunes. As Redunes drives it in hot and heavy, gets on the binders, collects the 25. Not a lot of damage to either car. They'll go all around in a knot, and they get ready, fired back up, and get it back going there, Phil. Not a lot of damage to either car. Redunes probably got more damage than, say, the number 25 machine of Henry Jones, but, man, Redunes is trying to check up, doing the gentleman thing there, not to run over that 953 machine.
Yeah, they did a good job there, keeping it all off of each other, but slows us back down under the yellow flag as we work now on lap number 24 here at Williams Grove, behind that iRacing.com Chevrolet Silverado for probably another lap or so. So take a good time out there to thank you guys once again for watching. If you have not done so yet, go over to our website home, Full Velocity TV. Check out our full event schedule, which keeps getting fuller and fuller. You know, it's kind of like this week with the 4th of July holiday and a rare Tuesday night off at Peace. But you look at the rest of the month of July, Todd, through the weekend, or through the weekdays, I should say, we got slam-packed to the gills. If we're looking for a night off here in the month of July, well, it's going to be on the weekend when you're down at the After Motorsports Park, or I'm out here doing my thing on a Saturday night out here. So not a lot of downtime for us. You look at our calendar. I urge everybody to do so. I'm not sure you've noticed it yet, Todd, but we're going to be slamming the entire month of July. It is going to be hot on your Source 3 Sport Racing this month.
Yeah, definitely had time to check the calendar myself there, Phil. Trying to get things completed on my end with our move and stuff here in the summertime. So there's been a lot going on over here on my side of things, and being live at the local track and doing different things at the local track. So that's been keeping my time tied down. But I know Phil keeps a good calendar, so he usually lets me know when things are going on. But I do pay attention to it, not as much as Phil, though.
I guess that's a blessing and a burden, and I guess my service to what I do here on my end of the network is we got great guys like you and Jack who run controls for us, and myself has to be the lead voice of this, so I guess I can contribute some other way behind the scenes, and that website calendar has become my baby as we come back to racing here at Williams Grove. Jason Salter and Kyle Srek to lead the field off turn number 2, and you look off the corner of the run for Casey Brunson. He makes his way around Josh Peacock. Casey Brunson now up to 3rd, and he may look for more as they're door-to-door for the race lead off of 4.
Yeah, Brunson dives down to the bottom side there momentarily. As Salter right now been drop-kicked back to the position number 2 there. Salter just trying to hold on. Here comes the 10 of Brunson down to the bottom side by side. This time I can say the pair of 10s duking it out for the second spot. Surratt right now running in the top spot. Here comes the 61. A little bit of contact there with Brunson. And now side by side battling for that 3rd spot.
Yes, they are. It looks like Peacock going to make his way back around Brunson with the hiccup. And don't look now, but look who has entered the fray up front in the top 5. Car number 91 of Tyson Pankow has made his move here tonight, starting in the B main after issues early on. Now up in the top 3 is one car to the outside
61.
wall. Looks like 61 of Peacock. He got the right rear up in the wall in the middle of 3 and 4, and that looks like that race car really having some issues. Josh Peacock off the pace as we hit lap 29.
And Josh Peacock off the pace, hitting the wall there as we are going to come up here on 11 laps to go here. The number 91 now, Tyson Pankow up to the 4th position, battling it out, duking it out there with the 0-1-0 Brunson. Can he put himself into the podium finish here with that number 91 machine? We'll have to wait and see. Last time by Pankow ran a 21.543. That was second fastest amongst the top 5 there, Phil. But Surratt still the fastest there. Salter just a tick off the number 91, so we'll see what's going to happen here. See if Pankow is going to be able to track him down or if he's going to run out of laps here, as we are 10 laps remaining here while Williams Grove Speedway. And it's been a great battle going on here for that 3rd spot.
It really is. It's quiet up front right now with Kyle Surratt leading Jason Salter. The drama is back here for that race for 3rd. Casey Brunson and Tyson Pankow as both drivers getting after it through the corner. Tyson running the low side, Casey running up high, and you saw how the 10 car got to launch off the corner. Casey Brunson holding on for that 3rd spot, but for how long? As I believe Tyson Pankow has been arguably the fastest car on the racetrack. That seems to have kind of been going away the last circuit and a half as we look back up front. it looks like Jason Salter may be a quick faster right now than everybody in the top 4, and he's doing his best to chase down Kyle Surratt. They're over in turn 1.
Yeah, last time by, definitely Salter was a tick faster there, Phil. But this time by a little bit slower. So Salter's been going fast a couple laps, and it just does not seem like he has the normal Jason Salter kind of terminology. Looks like he throws away one bad lap, and then he throws up another good lap. So that's not what Jason you normally see from that number 10 machine. So Jason, not pretty much, he's not hitting his marks, I don't think, in that 10 machine.
Well, don't discount the guy that's up front either. Kyle Surratt, we've seen him win a lot of races here over the years, and that in these modifieds. That number 18 car always seems to be really hooked up anytime he's out here in a UMP, and no shock to myself that he leads this field as we hit now lap number 35. Surratt leading over Jason Salter. Jason's car looking like it may be fading because it appears to me, anyway, by the naked eye, that Casey Brunson and Tyson Pankow are beginning slowly to run down the back of the 10 car as they're over in turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, both those cars have been faster than the number 10 Salter the last 3 or 4 laps. This time by, they're still faster, but the yellow flag going to slow this one down, Phil, down to a crawl here. As we'll have to wait and see what brought out this Hanover Record Service yellow flag.
We absolutely will. 4th yellow flag of the night coming out very late in the going on lap number 36. So it's going to have to restack and repack these guys awfully quickly to stay in regulation because we're getting dangerously close to maybe an attempt at a green-white checker finish. I don't believe we're going to get past, regulation time here yet, but I guess we'll wait and see as they begin now lap number 37 under yellow. And looking back here where may of the caution flag have started from, I'm not exactly sure. I think it may have been, once again, the 35 of Jay Weaver, as Jack says on the Blado.com Full Velocity Race Network replay. So Jay Weaver, his second selfie of the night aboard the 35, and that's a guy who finished second in the B out here, logging some laps, getting experience this 40-lap feature event. I kind of sympathize because if I was in a 35, my butt probably be just as kicked as he is.
Yeah, he's definitely trying out there. That's you got to give him the good old gold star for trying. And that number 35 machine is just getting loose, Phil. It's not an easy mod to drive. The mods are not easy to drive, I should say, especially on the dirt tracks. I don't know about asphalt. We'll have to try them someday. But on the dirt tracks, they're extremely difficult to drive. You have to stay in the throttle. You could be up on the bars. But he's starting to learn. That's what this series is all about, is to learn and try to get faster in these modifieds.
All right. Well, I'm not sure these modifieds will look right on pavement, but the Whelen modifieds and the small block modifieds absolutely do. And I'm going to start jumping in one here, I think, this week. And I guess you can keep up with me, through my follies, as I've kind of committed myself, Todd, to Tuesday nights. We're going to join our buddy Mike Massey over Race One Online, and I'm going to take my getter behind the wheel. It's been probably about a year and a half since I've turned a lap in the iRacing simulation, so we're going to see how crusty and rusty I am coming up on Tuesday night. But let's see what this one's got to settle us here tonight. As we come to 2 to go, green-white checker to settle it. Kyle Surratt going to lead the field off turn 2.
Surratt is going to lead it here as we're already down on the back straightaway here into turn number 3. The 10 to race is Jason Salter running in that second spot. Third is Casey Brunson, Tyson Pankow, and Josh Peacock. That is your top 5. We're going to see the white silk off of turn number 4 here for the number 18. It's Surratt, Salter, Brunson, Pankow, and Peacock. Still your top 5. And now we're going to see guys throw everything they got at him, including that kitchen sink. As here comes Jason Salter down to the bottom side. Can't complete the pass. He's going to drive down in deep here to the final lap. Here in turn number 3 and off of turn number 4. Picking up the Einstein modifieds. It's going to be the number 18 of Kyle Surratt. Second going to go to Jason Salter. Casey Brunson going to finish up third. Fourth going to be Tyson Pankow. Josh Peacock going to finish up 5th. 6th going to be Caleb Ramsey. James Seldner, Steve Robbins, Stephen Radoons, Henry Jones going to finish up 10th. 11th going to be Jay Weaver. Then you got Alex Cummings, Justin Gledhill, Dustin Benton, and then Lucas Chode, your 15 cars here for the EWRAPS Modified Tour here at the Williams Grove Speedway. And guys, don't go away here. About another hour in time here, we're going to be having the Sunday night shootout here with the restocks live on the Full Velocity Racing Network. But we still got interviews. We're going to interview the top 3 down there in BladeNode.com, Victory Lane.
Yes, we will. That'll happen over in the DWR Discord. So we'll get those guys all sorted out. We'll talk about top 3 finishers here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Do not go away. Post-race show for the EWRAPS UMP mods coming up next.
Sound muted.
Check, 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 check. Back here live on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network, where the UMP Modified Series presented by EWRAPS at DWR at the Williams Grove Speedway is going to go to Kyle Surratt tonight. Aboard. Tell us about your run.
Kind of cut out, but it was pretty good. I didn't do too good in qualifying. I think I got second in the heat race. Somebody messed up, and I was able to get second. And feature, I kind of slipped back to fifth there for a second, and Joshua messed up, and I got by him and just kind of rode from there.
Now, tell us about the racetrack as it fared over 40 laps. We know Williams Grove is a tough little tricky racetrack. It's wide, it's flat, it's hard to get these things to turn through the corner. Fixed setup out here tonight. So you guys all on the same equal footing. How the racetrack play out was it looks like the low side was there for guys to pass, but the high side, as always, you really carried all that momentum out there. Where did your car fare the best?
I always just like running the top, throwing in there and getting it sideways and got to run down the straightaway. But it looked like Jason and Kyle could run the bottom sometimes in some corners, but I just couldn't get it to work, so I just stayed up top and just let the motor do the work.
Well, you're a guy who made it happen out here tonight at the Grove, and I'm sure you're going to do it once again here a little bit later on in the street stocks. But out here in the modifieds here, Casey on the Full Velocity Racing Network, live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. I give you the floor one more time there, buddy. Thank you. We'd like to thank out there watching.
I like DWR for putting this on, and Eric Eichstadt for doing the wraps on these cool cars.
They are cool indeed. Well, you have it down here from third position. Car number 010 of Casey Brunson gets third, and we'll let him get back to it and prepare to jump into that awesome-looking street stock he has. We'll walk a little bit further down here, trackside, to the Trash Panda crew and find car number 10 of Jason Salter, who finishes up second here. And Jason, you had a really good car out there. You led some laps, just could not propel that to make that run around Kyle there late. Go ahead, buddy. Tell us about the run.
The car was good most of the race, and when I finally got the lead, I kind of started searching around a little bit too much, and I knew that with Kyle being behind me, he was quick, especially coming out the corners, that I needed to find something that could sustain the lead, but I couldn't hold him back. He's gone.
And you had those late restarts that maybe had the chance to help you out. As you were able to start on the high lane, where the high lane at the Grove almost seems the fastest way around. Does his advantage come by having the ability to be the first on that loud pedal? Because I thought you were in the best line, but didn't equal out into making that way back to the race lead. Tell me about that last week.
Yeah, I think I had the better line, and I gave it up on one of the restarts. I know I gave it up. Tried to go to the bottom, and it screwed me over. I just couldn't catch my rhythm running the top like I needed to. It just didn't have quite the speed he had.
Well, that's what Todd alluded to as well. It looked like you were kind of off your rhythm here tonight per usual, but I'm sure you'll gather it back up in the street stock here later on. Jason, I'll give you the microphone one more time, live on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV with the network. Jason Salter, take it away there, buddy. Thank you. I'd like to thank you out here.
Number one, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and running with us. I'd like to thank Full Velocity Racing Network for the awesome broadcast as usual. Hopefully we can come out here and have a good finish like we had Wednesday in the street stocks. And also like to thank my wife for letting me come out here and race.
Absolutely. That is the best way to finish a post race right there on this end. Jason Salter thanking the wife. We all thank the ladies, whoever the significant others are in our lives, to let us do this. So we'll let Jason Salter go, and I'll throw this thing down toward BladeNode.com. Victory Lane, the winner's circle at the Williams Grove Speedway. We find Todd Stanton down there. We're at Carter 18. Kyle Surratt down there, our big winner tonight, Todd.
Definitely down here at Victory Lane, BladeNode.com. Victory Lane with the driver of the number 18, Kyle Surratt, taking down the victory. Kyle, you had a little bit of a battle there with Racing Jason there. Jason was able to get by you there momentarily, but you were able to reel him back in and able to get by him. And then once you got by him, you set sail. Tell us about your race here this evening.
Yeah, I gave him a little too much room there, and he was able to get by. And I tell you, most of the time, I don't find the top to my liking at this racetrack. And luckily, we had that caution. Otherwise, I may not have tried it. And I went up there, and I was able to get around him and used it, and was able to pull away, which is, like I said, it's quite unusual, at least from my point anyway.
Definitely a difficult track to navigate. Williams Grove is you got the walls and different things going on the inside. You got gates in the back straightaway. We see people hit those. Tell us how much of a handful, maybe comparing these cars to street stocks. That I know that's like apples to oranges, but how much more of a handful are these compared to those street?
These cars here, they've got probably twice as much horsepower as the street stocks, and these cars with this setup in them that they have, they like to kick out to the left going down the straightaways about 3/4 of the way down. Is quite a bit more difficult to handle than a street stock on this racetrack.
All right, Kyle, as we're accustomed to here on Full Velocity Racing Network, we're giving the microphone. The floor is all yours. Thank you. We'd like to thank you tonight for your big.
Me, myself, and I. I got my buddy Tommy Rogers on here, TNT Auto Source. If you're in the St. Louis area and you need something done to your car, look him up. He'll get you done right. I'd like to thank you guys for putting on a broadcast, DWR for hosting the league, and Maverick Motorsports, which has just changed over to High Deck Motorsports, for having me on their team. And that's all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win here tonight, Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Driver of the number 18, Kyle Surratt. Surratt doing a fantastic job here tonight, Phil. Jason was able to get by him, but Surratt just that much quicker, able to get back by him and then pull away from the number 10 machine. Oh, what a feat that's got to be. What kind of feeling that's got to feel like down in victory lane for him.
It absolutely does. And a win at Williams Grove comes with a little bit prestige out there. So great job by Kyle Surratt. Good job by all these guys here tonight. The UMP Modifieds. And coming up next here on the network, Todd, about an hour from now, we'll be back here at the Grove with DWR. And we go back into the street stocks where these guys have really made their namesake out there. And that's why we call them the pinnacle of iRacing dirt leagues, especially these street stock guys. You're going to see a doozy of a show from Williams Grove. If you haven't gone back and watched what these guys did during Street Fights Night Wednesday night, you have to do so. Probably the race of the year on the network, and we're hoping for one more here live tonight on your source for esports racing. So for all the gang at DWR, Jason Salter, Eric Reichstadt, and of course Jim Revis, for all the great sponsors out there we have, like Hannibal Record Service, iRacing, iFlag, Voiles Trucking, BladeNode.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and Full Throttle with the Gent. For Jack Truin, my partner in crime, Todd Stanton, all the cast of characters here at the network. Phil LeCasse here. We're going to sign off from DWR, but like we said, be back here 1 hour from now with great street stock coverage here from the Williams Grove Speedway. So for all the gang over here, we'll see you back here 60 minutes from now on your source for esports racing.